I've had to go live again. My internet went down. That is so awful. That is embarrassing. Hate it when that happens. My internet goes down. Now I've got to start all over again and do another stream. How embarrassing. Well, I suppose it is and isn't. You know, these things happen. Now I've got to wait for everyone to join me again. There I was talking about the academy, and it all went down. Ah, Ronin, hello. Yes, yeah. I don't know what happened there. My internet just cut out, absolutely cut out, and I absolutely hate that when that happens. So you know, it just annoys me when that does. It does it literally every night around 9 o'clock. I'll probably only be online for another 50 minutes or so because there's a premiere that I'm involved in at 10 o'clock tonight. So, but yeah, I was talking about the academy and that particular role. So I know that Julie said she would contact. Actually, I might just message her whilst I'm here. I'll talk whilst I do it. But yeah, so oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, good sir. That would be amazing. So, sorry, bear with me. Thank you. There we go. Ah, there you are, Julie. I've just dropped you a message actually. Yeah, my internet cut out. I'll probably only be on for the next. Hi, Jesse. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, my internet cut out, so this is actually the second stream of the evening, which is incredibly rare. Um, it happens at the most. I mean, I was halfway through the first half of the stream because I'm on here till about 10 because I've got a premiere. I've got a premiere that I'm involved in at 10 o'clock. The Bump premiere that is hosted by um, oh, Exploring ASMR. That's it. Exploring ASMR. So that's where I'll be at 10 in the chat. Yes, we are blessed by his presence indeed. And I do mean that seriously. I do mean that. You're a good friend, Ronan. Thank you. But yeah, I was discussing my plans for the series and how I have. I was talking about the Academy, which is a series of side story chapters that I'm working through. I haven't written anything yet, and I haven't named any characters. Hi, Mark. Yeah, lost internet. Unfortunately, it annoys me when I do that. When it does that to me, you know. But yeah, as I say, that one I think is going to be very difficult to cast. It's not. There's some very different characters involved in that. Some will take more confidence than others to perform, shall we say. So, yeah, as I say, I think that one's going to be very, very difficult to cast, to find people to portray certain characters. So, I think I can do it. I think I can get the cast for it, but shall we just say yes, it can be very finicky. Yeah, as I say, I think the Academy is the one I'm most nervous about as well. I think because it's going to be so different to what I've as I say, if you go onto La Dolce's channel, it's it's incredibly different to. I will start writing it soon. I mean, chapters 8 and 12 are already recorded, ready for upload. I've got chapters 9 and 11 underway. They will be finished soon, ready for upload. Chapters 13, they will fit in around the same time as the Dream Realm. So whilst the main series takes place in the Dream Realm, the side stories will take place and I'm looking at around possibly early May for that one. I like to get things in advance so that I can start writing and give people plenty of time to develop their characters and if they choose to rehearse or test the water with their characters. So it'll be a really early, sort of late spring, early summer project. But it'll be peppered throughout the series, so there will be opportunities for characters to return. It won't just be a one-off. I'd like it to be. That's why I'm looking for things like various. I've got things like various students for each sort of topic. As I say, the whole list is available on my Twitter feed. And as I say, some characters will probably require more confidence than others, which, as I say, I'm really nervous about. I mean, it's different. It's going to be very different. I mean, the potential for ASMR in it is astounding. There's going to be a lot of good potential, I think. But it's going to take a lot of planning, a lot of thinking through and writing. That one I will probably work closely with the participants a bit more to ensure that they're happy in their particular roles, and because as I say, I don't want to force anything on anybody. I never will, and I never will. That is my golden rule. Yeah, as I say, most of the other I mean, I've still got chapters throughout, because I've still got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters for chapter 13. I mean, if they don't all get cast, that doesn't matter. I can always use them in future chapters, so that's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. But the Dream Realm is the one that I really do need to get fully cast, because I've got sort of everything worked out for that. Yeah. I mean, the full title of it is actually Academy of Entertainers. The inspiration for me was the Bard College in Solitude. No, not Solitude. Not Whiterun. Was it Winter? Where the Bard's College in? Yes, it was Solitude in Skyrim. Yeah. Yeah. What's that for, Julie? Raises his hand and jumps up and down. Yes. Yeah. Got a question or a response? Yeah. Sorry, game devs. The internet went down on my computer, so technology is wonderful when it works. Yeah, I did call out to Julie. What? Oh. Yeah, I thought that was a given. I thought you were gonna. I thought we had discussed being part of the steampunk of the Nightmare Machine chapter, the steampunk thing. As I say, the list of characters is available on my Twitter feed, so you can always go and have a look there. I've got quite a few characters still available, so if anyone wanted to be involved, please do spread the word, because there's probably a lot of people on Twitter who I don't follow or follow me, and even if you personally all DM them, and say, look, Matt is looking, not saying you must, but that would, if you could help a chap out with something he's passionate about, that would be amazing. Thank you. My that's the problem with the internet, definitely. But if any way of spreading the word would be a huge help, because I'm so the fact is, I never even thought this project would get beyond chapter 1. I never even imagined this project would become as big for me as it has. It's like it's like a painter. It's like being a painter, and the more you paint pictures, the more you want to do, the more you want to create, and that is me. That is how I see myself. I am a creator. The computer is my canvas. The keyboard is my paintbrush, and video and audio are my paints, basically. And it's just another way of painting a picture. It's art in itself. It's art. Oh, thank you very much. I really need to work on. I really need to work on the script for that. I haven't forgotten. Please, no, I haven't forgotten. I've got an idea for it. I may need to DM you on Twitter so we can discuss it a bit more. So I probably won't do that tonight, but I will let you know my plans for that chapter, because that's going to be set in the Firelands. That's going to be a side story set in the Firelands, because I've already got something worked out called the Dragon, from the history of my world, called the Dragon Wars. Again, Skyrim inspired, war against the dragon sort of thing, but the vampire lord Volkov is, well, I'll go through it now quick. But the vampire lord Volkov mentions in Rise of the Sklade, which is one of my most recent side stories, is that he's sending an envoy, a vampire envoy, to speak with the dragons, to get them on the side of the vampires for the upcoming war when they take sides with the Tyrant King. And that's basically what I'm looking at. The vampire envoy going to speak with the dragon for to try and get them as an ally, basically. So that's the main. So I've got to work out the script, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. So it'll be me speaking as the envoy, and then obviously the dragon will respond. So we can, I can work it like that. So that's my idea. I haven't worked out which vampire, because that's the other thing I'm looking for as well, more people to play vampires. I want to occupy the city of Necrotia, also known as the city of Dreven. Necrotia at the moment feels a bit flat. Indeed. Yeah, so the more people I can get involved, the more this world will come to life. I was first in the belief that it would just be me. I didn't expect to get the reaction I have so far for this series. I am truly, I'm truly delighted to have all the people I have on board so far. That is, I've already ticked off people from my list. I mean, if I could get some, I said it last week, names I would love to get involved. Shani, Crinkle Lovin', who else? Jodie, Glow, whether or not they, people like that will would be involved. ASMR Glow, Shani, GB, GB. Cool. Could you imagine how what that would do for what that might do for my channel? Wow, that would be like the coup of the century. Well, oh yeah, Amy Kay is another one I'd love to have involved. Absolutely have her involved as well, because she's a great character actress as well. So many people I'd love to work with, absolutely love to work with. I mean, I follow I follow nearly 2,000 ASM artists on YouTube. I mean, YouTube tells me for such a small channel to follow so many ASM artists. I mean, I've got 180 subscribers now, which I'm really delighted with. I mean, if you've seen my Twitter feed, you will know that someone once told me I would be lucky if I even got 1 subscriber, because apparently I'm boring. Well, according to them, I was, at the time, I'm boring. So, pardon what I'm about to do, but yes, Swarms actually did a voice for the Destructor Saga, my sci-fi series, and she was amazing. I mean, if she wants to do camera work or audio, it's I'm happy to work with both. I do audio because it's what suits me best, but there's a lot of characters work better. I mean, Sage, she played the Empress beautifully in Chapter 8. Everyone else did audio, which is absolutely fine, but she went the extra mile and did video, and I would love for her to appear in the steampunk episode in sort of her Isabella guise. I think not as Isabella, but sort of along those lines, because I think she'd be amazing. I know she's playing Costello in Chapter 7, but it was someone in the workplace many years ago who basically gave me a lot of trouble. If it wasn't for ASMR, I don't think I'd be here. I really don't think I'd be here. Yeah, maybe best not to go into that, because that's a can of worms that to this day is quite delicate. But anyway, where was I? To have Sage involved in that particular chapter would be it was many years ago, Julie, and I don't see him at all now. They're not part of my life anymore. They were like a team leader, and they basically made my life absolutely miserable. I think it's what caused my breakdown about 2 years ago. But there you go. We move on in life, and we become stronger for it. I certainly am. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. I really do. It brings Footlock. Oh, I've missed you on the chat feeds, Ronan. You're a good bloke. But yeah. So excuse me. I'm sure this has happened to many live streamers in the past. There we go. But yes, yeah. So big plans throughout the series. I might even try and, because obviously I voiced the Tyrant King, but I might look for someone to actually play the Tyrant King. I would love, because he's supposed to possess the Traveller's body eventually. That's the point of the series. He's supposed to possess the Traveller. So once he's possessed the Traveller, it switches from being the Traveller who becomes the Tyrant King to another spectator that the viewer becomes. So they might become like a soldier in the middle of the war, and they interact with characters that have already appeared in the past and new characters, and whilst someone else plays the villain. So that's how I'm looking at it, and that's the big plan. That's the big plan for the future, though. You know, I'd need to really think about that one. Really need to think about that one. Obviously, I'll remain as Volkov, voicing the vampire Lord Volkov. But this is the thing, I'd like to get... It is my true ambition to get as many people involved as I possibly can. As many people, because I think there's so much potential in this idea. Absolutely so much potential, you know. And I know I'm very apologetic about sharing it a lot. You know, I do know that people get bored with hearing about it all the time, but at the end of the day, it's I guess it's become part of my life, really. It's what keeps me going, especially through this lockdown, because I can't really go anywhere. I've sort of it's the size of the fight in the dog, not the size of the dog in the fight. Yeah. Yes, I know. I certainly know what it's like to be the underdog. I can vouch for that. My bark is worse than my bite, however, as the saying goes. You know, I don't really have much fight in me. I guess I'm just a spectator rather than a participator in that side of things. Just get on with it, really. So, but you know, we carry on. We soldier on, as the saying goes. But yeah, there's so many ideas, so many plans, so many characters. It's a huge world. It's becoming such a big world. The map I've created for it is exactly, and this is it. It keeps it. I'll tell you something. It's kept me sane for the last. Let's see. When did we go into lockdown? March 2020. So it's kept me sane for nearly. I mean, I started my channel back in June. So, to think it all started with a meme. It all started with a meme, and I love these conversations in the feed. I think they're brilliant. You know, so it's kept me focused by being able to write and record, perform. It's given me something to do on top of my other hobbies. I know it has. I mean, my channel will be a year old in June. That's what I can't get over. You know, I mean, I have spoken about getting to 1K by the end of 2021, And again, I think some people must get bored of hearing me say that. But the thing is, all I want. The thing is, I have no interest in monetization. I think I accidentally clicked on the button that says send us the email. We'll send you the email when that's available. But I have no interest in that, to be honest. The community tab. Now, yes, I know I banged on about it on uh, Twitter. I know I banged on about it on Twitter, but all I really want is that community tab. That's all I ask for, because it just makes it so easier for me to be able to communicate with people in regards to collaboration. At the moment I'm relying solely on Twitter, and not everyone who follows me is an ASMR artist. There's other people. If I can reach that 1,000 in order to get the community tab, it opens up so much more opportunity for me. But what's so disheartening, I was talking to another content creator or I commented on other content creators, and the thing is, I was honest, and I said, carry on doing what you love. Don't change just because, it's like I tend not to do. Yes, I was playing with the brush on the microphone earlier, but really I don't do conventional triggers. This, he says, pointing to it. Yeah, my vocal cords are my trigger. That is how I... Exactly. I agree with you, Julie. I work so hard, and yes, I admit I get disheartened by the fact that my channel is growing so slowly. It's taken me... I came across another ASMR channel that's only been up for something like 2 months, and she's already made 5k. How? She's got less videos than... I'm not naming names, and I'm not saying this because... But what's her secret? Okay, she's got stuff I haven't got. Let's say it. Let's just not beat around the bush. I'm a chap. So I don't have all the... I don't have all the... the guile and... I apologise for saying that. I feel really terrible for saying that. But it's true, isn't it? I'm a chap. So, we're not... I hope you know what I'm trying to say. It's just so disheartening. I put my life and soul into this work. And... I feel like, there are days when I do actually think about jacking it all in. But then my friends, and this is the honest truth, I've made amazing friends in this community. Absolutely amazing friends. I am grateful for every single one of you. Every single one of you. The thing is, you see the persona of me on Twitter, and to thank you so much. That is the thing is, I don't put on an act. The only time I put on an act is when I record. This is genuine me. I don't pretend to be anything else. I can't pretend to be anything else. It's I thank you, Julie. I'm glad you're not afraid to say it. It's not that I wish everyone luck who has the success that these people have, but as a storyteller, it is a real struggle. I mean, I don't lick mics, I don't rub ears, I don't do cranial nerve exams, I don't do comment. I mean, the fact that I used paper tearing and paper sound effects in the latest Cleo and Trajan chapter is because it was integral to the character I was playing. That's the only reason I did it. I didn't do it because it's part of my repertoire. It was, I needed a live there and then sound effect, and I did it as I was recording the audio. You know, it wasn't something I'm going to be doing all the time. It was just part of the character. And this is it. We are the tortured artists. We are. I mean, I will be brutally honest. Anyone can in their right mind do that with a brush and call themselves an ASMR artist. It takes a lot more to actually think about what you're going to create. You know, I mean, you, for example, Julie, you've made amazing content, absolutely amazing content. You yourself really deserve all the very best. I mean it when I say to people when they reach their big milestones, richly deserved. It is richly deserved because so many of the people I'm friends with on Twitter work so hard on their videos. It's truly amazing to see them reach those big milestones after so many years. What irritates me... No, it's not what irritates me. What I can't understand is how do some people manage to be on YouTube for only 2 months and get something like 5,000 followers in that space. I've been on YouTube since June 2020 on this channel, and I've only got 100, and sometimes it drops out. Sometimes I drop. You know, I mean, this week I went from 180 to 179 back to 180, and it's so frustrating. You know, you poor... Thank you, Julie. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, but I pour my soul, heart and soul into my work. You know, sometimes even when I don't want to write, I still write. I start writing character briefs. I start writing anything that comes to mind. If I have an idea, I jump on my laptop and I start writing. You know, it's just so difficult. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get caught in the moment, and then I'll probably keep it going for another 5-10 minutes and probably have to sign off because I have got another thing happening at 10. But you know, it's just so frustrating to me because, you know, when you work so hard, it's like people don't want storytelling anymore. It's like, I mean, it's like all they're interested in is something like I'm sorry if you are into this, and I apologise for saying this, but it's like so many people just want things like Cyberpunk 2077. They don't want Lord of the Rings style epic storytelling, and it is game devs. It absolutely is out there. That's the thing. It is out there. I am running with all my patience. I am creating to I can work to the point my fingers are raw typing on the keyboard if I have to. I will burn the midnight oil. I will think until I give myself a headache, shall we say, sort of thing. The spark, the spark is there. The spark is still there. It's still strong. I mean, the number of times I've actually thought about jacking it all in and stopping doing it is unbelievable. But I carry on. It Thank you, Julie. I truly appreciate that. I really do. That's what I love about this community. It's so supportive, and I've made so many wonderful friends from all across the world because of this. And it's just it just feels so it just feels so disheartening to even words fail me. Words absolutely fail me, because I sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's the thing. The digital age has, entertainment is so freely available now, and people have forgotten the roots of entertainment. Forgotten that. And I'm all about the roots, the basic, the very soul of the spirit of storytelling, the fundamentals of storytelling. That's the thing. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm going to wrap this up, because I just need to. I need to get my head around all this and think. I mean, this will be available for people to view on catch up anyway. But thank you so very much for joining me. I really appreciate your time taking to join me, and indulging my frustrations and helping me through them. It's I'm glad to have friends across the. I'm really grateful for everyone who I've connected with through Twitter and YouTube and places like that. It really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. So I think I'm gonna. You're more than welcome. I'm so glad you could join me. I really am. I really am. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that. I really do. So Yeah. Thank you, Ronan. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I don't really like to end it on this sort of note, but it's better to end it on some note than nothing at all. So thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully the next stream will be much more positive. Well, not that this stream wasn't positive, because I think I finally got off my chest what I really want to say. You know, the passion has shone through. Anyway, thank you very much, and I will. Oh, thank you, Julie. I will check my Twitter. Thank you. I will sign off, and I will see you next time. Thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you. Signing off now. Ending stream. See you soon. Indeed.